I am Jackie Catalano. For those of you that don't know me, I am what I call a whole life coach, which basically means that I coach people through your whole life. And this wheel of life is what I mean by whole life. So I am so glad you're here. I want to congratulate you all on your decision to be here and to take a step to deliberately create this life of your dreams. You've taken the first step towards making that dream a reality. So, in the Untangled community, we call that our feel good life, the life of our dreams. We call it our feel good life because that's just exactly what it is, a life that not only looks good on the outside, but feels good on the inside, right down to your core. So, by participating in this workshop, you're not only going to be creating this strong foundation for your feel good life, but you're taking the actual first step to building the blueprint for becoming the most aligned and fulfilled and spectacular version of you. Okay, so let's talk about why we're all here. So, our focus today is going to be self reflection. And for the rest of the workshop, I want you to imagine that you're a car driving on the road of your life. And in less than an hour, I'm going to help you get clear on your destination, meaning get clear on what you really want out of your life, get some fuel to ignite the motivation you're going to need to start driving in that direction, start mapping out exactly where it is you're going to go and how you're going to get there, and start to become aware enough to know how to pick up the tools that you're going to need to help you along the way when you hit roadblocks or you weather storms or you have to recover from a little crash or you're navigating these speed bumps along the way. Because in this life, on every single road, all of those things are going to happen. And it's really up to us to know how to handle them. So I'll be giving you guys a chance at the end to schedule a free 45-minute one-on-one session with me to untangle whatever insights come up for you in this workshop today. So if you're interested, stay to the end and you'll figure out how to do that. Okay, so what do you need? All you really need for the next hour is a journal or a piece of paper or the Wheel of Life worksheet that I posted in the group that you can print out, and pen or a pencil. So we're going to start by reflecting on where your car is currently parked in your life. This is which areas might need the most help in order for us to move forward, right? So if you found yourself ever saying things like, I'm stuck, or I don't know what's wrong with me, or there has to be a better way, or I'm just not happy right now, but you don't know why, the truth is you really do need this workshop and you're in the right place. Because all of these things are just way too broad for you to really even begin to dissect what's really going on inside. That's why this first transformation tool that I use with each and every one of my life coaching clients is the Wheel of Life. It's going to help us look underneath the hood and diagnose the real issues on your car. Okay. So first things first. If you don't have the worksheet, I want you to write down these 8 categories on the sheet of paper. We have health, finances, spirituality, personal growth, romantic partnerships, relationships, social life, and career. These categories make up your personal wheel of life, and they're the basis for everything that make you you. You as a whole person, that whole life coaching thing that I do, coaching the whole person. What we're going to do today is create this snapshot of your life that exists today so that we can see if we can pinpoint the exact areas that may have you feeling disconnected, stuck, or in need of some realignment. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through each of these areas or wedges of your wheel, as I call them, one by one. And as we do this, your job is going to be to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 meaning completely satisfied in this area, like you love your life in that area. And 1 meaning you feel completely unsatisfied or disconnected from that area. And this is dissatisfied, it's unsatisfied. It's something in it is not working for you. So as I read through a few reflection points under each of these wedge categories, I want you to jot down the number that feels true for you without judgment. Remember, this is just data. This is awareness. And you showed up today to take an honest look at where you are so that you could start to build this vision for where you want to go. Okay, so grab your pen and we're going to start. I'm going to start with health. Okay. So when you think about your health, I want you to consider things like your physical fitness, your general lifestyle, your relationship with food, how you manage or don't manage your weight, your stress levels, whether you practice any kind of healing or recovery like yoga or massage or meditation, and how connected you feel between your mind and your body and your soul. So, with all that in consideration, on a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied are you in the health wedge of your life? One being completely not satisfied with where you are today, and 10 being, I feel amazing in this wedge. And I'm going to give myself a 10, a perfect 10. So, go ahead and write that down. Next, we're going to move to finances. I want you to think here about your relationship with money. This is always a fun one. How do you create a score here? It's not about how much you have or you don't have in finances. It's about things like, do you have a financial plan or a budget? Do you always feel like you need more? Or do you have an abundance mindset where money comes easily to you? Are you able to save money regularly? Do you have an emergency fund or financial goals or a way of financially planning for your future? Are you great at saving for a rainy day? Or does money just burn a hole in your pocket and you need to use it as soon as you get it? Do you have the type of relationship with money where it feels empowering or does it feel stressful? That's how you're going to figure out your score of 1 to 10. So think about all of these things, and 1 is completely dissatisfied, unsatisfied with this life, with this money life. And 10 is I feel really great about my finances. Couldn't be better. All right, next, spirituality. This one's tricky for some people because your spiritual life does not have to be religious life, right? And people confuse the two. Your spiritual life is about whether you feel spiritually connected to a higher source, to your highest self, to God, to the universe. It's whether you're living in alignment with your values or if you have a moral compass to guide you. Do you have a sense of purpose or even a good perspective on aging and mortality, on where you go after this? Do you have any kind of spiritual accountability guiding your decisions? That's what the spirituality wedge is. And do you wish it was more? Right? So, on a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to give yourself a rating here. Next, we're going to move on to personal growth. This is your ability to continue learning and developing. Are you growing mentally, emotionally, and spiritually? Do you make time to learn or read or reflect on your life and what you have? Do you feel motivated in your life to do more or be more or have more? Are you healing old wounds? Are you actively working on becoming who you want to be? Do you have goals? Or are you moving towards those goals if you do have them? Are you aligned with your values? Are you confident in your self-worth? Do you have a positive sense of self? Do you feel fulfilled or feel like you're capable of making time for what really matters most in your life? So rate this now, scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not at all satisfied with your personal growth or your ability to grow, and 10 being fully satisfied here. You've got this wedge covered. We're going to move on to love and romance, your romantic partnerships. So, whether or not you're in a relationship, I want you to think about your capacity for love and connection. Are you open to love? If you have a romantic partnership, do you feel seen, heard, or cherished by a partner? Or do you wish for that in your life? And are you in a place where you know how to communicate how you want to feel seen or heard or cherished? How's your intimacy level, physically, emotionally, spiritually? Do you know your love language in a way that you can connect? Or do you know how you prefer to show love or receive love? Are you in a relationship that allows you to be emotionally vulnerable? Do you have collaboration and trust and mutual respect? Rate yourself here on a scale of 1 to 10. Not what you should be, but what you are, right? And then let's move on to relationships with family and friends, your other relationships, the ones you have with your kids, your parents, your siblings, your extended family, your close friends, even the coworkers that you have to spend most of your daily time with. Are you easy to get along with? Are your relationships nurturing and supportive? Do they bring out the best version of you, or do they drain your time, your energy, and your resources? Are there relationships in your life that need healing or boundaries? And you know that. Do you make time for the people in your life that mean the most to you? Do they make the time for you? Are your current relationships aligned with the version of you that you really want to be? After considering all of this, rate the quality and fulfillment of your relationships on a scale of 1 to 10. Next, we're moving on to social life. This is all about how much fun and expression you allow in your life. You're rating yourself here on your ability to unwind and relax and step into the ease and the joy and the peacefulness of life. This is where you get to enjoy your life. Think about fun and humor, going out with friends, spending time in your community, your creative outlets like arts or music or books, or whether you have a safe and enjoyable social circle. Do you make time for this wedge as part of your rest and recovery? Are you spending time with people who light you up or bring you down? Are you doing hobbies? Do you do things that you love? Are you exploring being creative? Are you traveling or trying new adventures? Do you feel connected to a community or like you're in your own little bubble? Go ahead and score this one on a scale of 1 to 10. And finally, we're going to look at the career wedge. This could be your career or your calling. If you don't have an actual job job, that's okay. Do you have a vocation or do you have volunteer work? Or are you parenting full time and you consider that your job? Something meaningful that you're spending your days on. Think about your interpersonal skills and your leadership and your business skills here. Are they where you want them to be? What about your ability to make an impact with what you're doing on a daily basis? Are you an entrepreneur? Do you have strong goal setting, career aspirations, and dreams? Are you doing work that fulfills you, or are you just paying the bills? Do you feel like you're using your God-given gifts? Do you have a chance to grow and learn in your work? Do you feel a sense of purpose, progress, and possibility here? That's how you're going to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. So I'm going to give you a minute to just take a look at the health wedge, finances wedge, the spirituality wedge, personal growth, romantic partnerships, relationships, social life, and career. And just make sure you give yourself a good score. Make sure it's exactly who you are, exactly where you are right now. And now we're just going to do a little reflection here. So I want you to look at those numbers on your sheet, and I want you to just take a big, deep breath. You did it. This is where you are. Sometimes where you are, your current reality, is the hardest thing to look at. So I feel you. I see you. If those numbers are not where you want them to be, that's okay. Right now, I want you to just take a minute and ask yourself, did anything surprise you here when you look at those numbers? When you look at them, how do you feel? Do they make you feel good? Do they make you feel hopeful? Do they make you feel anxious? Just take note of it. Just write down how you feel when you look at those numbers. And maybe write down what's your very first thought that pops in your mind as you see those scores side by side in all of those different wedges. Right? You could write this down in your notes section of your worksheet, or just grab a piece of paper and jot it down. I want to just give you a minute here to write this down, because this is where the gold lives. This is the awareness. This is where you start to really see yourself and not gloss over it. This is the truth, current reality. Jot it down. Okay, here's the fun part. I always like putting pen to paper here. Now you're going to go ahead and grab your Wheel of Life printout, or draw a big circle with 8 wedges to the wheel, like a pie, and you can jot down all the different category names around it, just like I have on the screen. And I want you to just plot out each of your 8 scores on your wheel. So if closer to 1 is going to be inside the circle, and closer to 10 is going to be all the way out on the edge. Right? So I'm going to give you a minute or two to plot all of your numbers. So if you got a 6 in your health wedge, it's going to be the 6th closest line out towards the end of the health wedge, right? If you got a 1 on spirituality, you're going to that first little ring outside in that spirituality wedge, and you're plotting a little circle there, a little dot, right? Relationships, maybe you got a 6. You're going to go and you're going to find the 6th line. You're going to plot it going outwards. Romantic partnerships, your finances, your social life, your personal growth, your career. And I want you to just plot them all out, get all those dots on the paper. And once you've plotted them out, I want you to start to connect the dots in one continuous line, like dot to dot, how we used to do that, right? So you're just going to go and you're going to connect all the dots. The outer line is what a balanced wheel is going to look like. And when you plot yours, don't worry, it might look a little wobbly once it's all connected, and that's okay. Being messy is okay. This is our current reality, right? When I first did this exercise, I was completely shocked at what my wheel looked like. It didn't even look like a wheel, right? And let me tell you, most of the women that I coach inside the Untangled Blueprint program are in the exact same spot. Our wheels are totally unbalanced. They're discombobulated, right? I think I have a picture of my old wheel here. See if I can get it up. There it is. My first wheel looks more like I don't know what it looks like, a cell or something, right? Like that does not look like a balanced wheel, right? Pretty sad. But the point is, you're not alone. And my wheel no longer looks like this. This exercise is not about being perfect. It's about embracing how imperfect your life actually is. It's about clarity. Because once you know where you are, you can start to figure out where you want to go. I want to talk to you a little bit about how a wheel actually operates, okay? So a wheel is one of the simplest but most powerful tools ever created. And just like in real life, your wheel of life is meant to roll smoothly. It's meant to carry you forward with ease and momentum, right? So your wheel of life isn't just a snapshot. It's a system. It's a mirror of how your life is moving right now. And hopefully it's a clue as to why you might feel stuck, right? Or overwhelmed, or frustrated with your life, or just not content. But here's the thing: if your wheel is out of alignment, it's still technically a wheel, right? Look at mine. It's still technically a wheel, right? But it doesn't work the way it's supposed to. If a lot of areas of your life are scoring under 5, like mine, even if the wheel looks balanced on paper, it's deflated, right? So if you look at that, that's not a solid inflated wheel. An inflated wheel would be fully around the outside of that circle, right? So what happens when you try to ride a bike or drive a car with a flat tire? You burn more fuel, you move slower, everything takes more effort, right? Like think about being on a bike and trying to go uphill with no air in the wheel. Eventually, you might even damage the rim, right? They say don't drive around on a flat tire because you're going to damage the rim, and then it's a whole other ball of wax, right? So let's say your wheel isn't just deflated, it's also unbalanced. Some wedges are soaring at 9s and 10s, and others are dragging at 2s and 3s. That kind of imbalance is going to put extra strain on certain parts of your life. And over time, the integrity of your wheel is going to start to fail. I call those cracks broken spokes, right? That's when you feel overwhelmed, you feel stuck. You might even feel like you're spinning in circles in your life. And if that pressure continues, what started as this minor misalignment is going to turn into that bent rim. The core of your life is going to start to feel like it's beyond repair. And when that happens, we burn out. That's when we're whispering to ourselves, like, I just can't do this anymore, right? Or something has got to give. I talk to women all the time and they're like, Jackie, something has got to give, right? So if you're a woman in midlife, you know how easily that can happen. It happens without us even noticing it. It happens when we're raising kids, we're juggling work, we're managing our household. Maybe we're caring for sick or aging parents, or maybe we're just holding it all together. But our daily stress of finances and relationships and health is just a lot. And yet, there's good news. A correctly aligned wheel, one that's balanced, your car has these balanced, inflated wheels, will always feel stable. So even on bumpy roads, even when life gets in the way, even when we get stuff thrown out at us, when we have these speed bumps or these crashes or these big storms that we have to weather on the road, we're going to track straight and true. We're going to accelerate smoothly and efficiently. We're going to corner confidently on those really windy roads, right? We're going to have ease and clarity, even when life throws us the sharp turns, right? When your wheel is balanced and full, you don't have to push so hard. You don't feel like you're dragging parts of your life behind you. You can actually hit the cruise control and finally exhale and feel safe, because a well-tended wheel doesn't just move, it glides with ease, right? So here's the deeper truth. In order to have a balanced wheel, you have to understand that everything's connected, right? So if you have a joyful social life, in order to do that, you have to be healthy and well. In order to be well, you need healthy relationships and maybe a peaceful financial life. And once you feel safe and connected and supported in your relationships and your finances, you're now going to have the energy to step into your vocation and go out and make a difference in the world, right? So you can see how each wheel is connected, each wedge of your wheel. Your spirituality connects to your ability to love. Your ability to love connects to your personal growth. Your personal growth connects to your social life. Your social life connects to your health and your relationships and your finances. And the wheel goes round and round. Each wedge of your wheel is both fuel and friction. Each one gives and takes from the others. And each one either pulls you out of alignment or moves you forward with flow. That's why having a balanced wheel isn't just a concept. It's how we create what we call a feel-good life. Not because everything's perfect. You don't feel good because everything's perfect. You feel good because everything is being cared for. Everything has awareness and grace and intention around it. So right now, I want you to go and put a star next to the 3 wedges of your wheel with the lowest scores. These are going to be your repair zones. These are the places where even small changes are going to start to impact your life in a really big way. Don't overthink it. Just go out and star the 3 that stand out. And from here on out, these are the areas that I want you to bring to your mental focus for the rest of the workshop. And I want you to remind yourself when you're doing this, you're not broken, you're not behind, you're just becoming aware of the repair zones. And that awareness is going to be the beginning of your comeback. In order to move you forward, I want to take you somewhere deeper, because the answers we're searching for here on how to improve those 3 wedges are not outside. They're inside. They don't live on a to-do list, things that you have to show up and get to work and do this and do that, right? All the shoulds. They live in your body and in your soul, and they're already there. No one else is going to tell you what you need to do to repair those areas of your wheel. So I'm going to take a few minutes here to walk you through a guided visualization that's going to help you see and feel what your life looks like when every part is aligned and alive and fully supported. Okay, so we are going to go on a little adventure here together. Guided meditation into your feel-good life. I want you to close your eyes if you can. Start to take some balanced deep breaths. Fill your lungs with fresh, rejuvenating air. Take some balanced breaths. Inhale and exhale slowly, releasing any tension or stress from your body. I want you to allow yourself to become fully present in this moment, feeling anchored, safe, and still. Now I want you to imagine a gentle wave of relaxation flowing through your body, starting from your toes and gradually moving upward. I want you to feel each muscle softening, releasing, and letting go. Allow your shoulders to drop, your jaw to loosen, your hands to relax, letting go of anything pulling you away from this moment. This is your time, your space. I want you to imagine yourself stepping into the most peaceful, fulfilling, joyful space that you've ever known. As you enter, you're immediately surrounded by a soft white light, like the warmest, most loving hug you've ever received. You're wrapped in this energy. You feel fully supported and deeply grounded. And in this space, you are the real you, the version of yourself you were always meant to be. I want you to take a seat here and just breathe in the stillness, the clarity, the gentle, loving energy of this sacred place. This is your sanctuary. I want you to gently bring your attention to your heart. This is the center of your being, where your truest desires and all of your longings live. One by one, we'll visit the key areas of your life. I want you to let your heart speak freely and see what rises. In your ideal, limitless, feel-good life, what does your health look like? What does your weight look like? Your energy level? Your relationship with food? Do you move your body regularly? Is your lifestyle active and joyful? How do you manage stress or make peace for healing? What do you look like when you feel your healthiest? What are you wearing? How does your skin glow? Your posture stand? Let yourself fully envision the healthiest, happiest version of you. Now we're moving on to your romantic life. Are you in a loving relationship? What kind of connection do you share? Think about intimacy and vulnerability and collaboration and trust. How do you like to be loved? And how do you give love in return? In this feel-good version of life, what does a truly nourishing romantic relationship look like for you? Move on to your social life. What does fun look like? Do you have a safe, supportive social circle? Are you laughing, creating, traveling, playing? Are you an adventure seeker? New places, new people, new experiences? Do you crave excitement, spontaneity, or lighthearted moments that make your soul feel alive? Do you enjoy music, art, books, dancing? Are you out in a meaningful community? Is rest and recovery part of your rhythm, with others or in your own peaceful space? This is your life. Your feel-good life, and you get to design the perfect balance of connection, creativity, and quiet. So let's visit the relationships, your parents, your kids, your siblings, extended family, your friends, even your coworkers. If you could redesign these relationships without judgment, what would they look like? Who feels close to you? Who feels further away? Who needs healing or boundaries? How do you want to show up in these relationships? How would it feel to give and receive love so freely without any tension or guilt. Now we're shifting into your inner world, your spirituality and personal growth. Are you living in alignment with your values? In your feel-good life, are you reacting to what society tells you matters? Or are you finally aligning with your soul? Do you believe life is abundant and generous, or limited and stressful? Do you feel connected to God, Source, the universe, or your higher self? Do you want to be connected? What would spiritual accountability look like for your life? What could it give you? What are you still hungry to learn? How do you want to grow? Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? What do you want to have? Feel yourself evolving, living for a purpose, and growing into a connected version of you, living to your full potential. Now I want you to explore your work and your wealth, your career and finances. Are you doing something you love? Are you lit up by your impact? What does your ideal job or business look like? What kind of hours do you work? Who do you serve? And are you managing your time with clarity? Do you have goals? What's your relationship with money? Is money empowering? In your dream life, what kind of abundance surrounds you? And how does it feel to have more than enough? Now I want you to bring it all together. All of these visions, your health, your love, your relationships, your growth, your work, your joy, they're all coming into radiant focus. Feel them in your heart. Each one shines like a star, illuminating your sky. And when you look up at them, you feel peace, energy, hope. Let your body absorb this image. Let your heart remember it. This feel-good version of you is already within you. You've just given it the space to be seen and felt. Now, I want you to silently or aloud repeat this affirmation. I am now aligned with my truest desires. I embrace and am thankful for the clarity, purpose, and fulfillment that has been shown to me. I am empowered to pursue my dreams with passion, determination, and joy. This feel-good life is mine for the taking. And now I want you to take one more deep, peaceful, empowering breath and start to bring your awareness back into the room. Gently, slowly, and when you're ready, I want you to open your eyes and carry with you the clarity, inspiration, and vision of your new feel-good life. I love that meditation. I actually do it pretty often. I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to get back to this next section, because what we're doing now make sure I'm sharing the right screen. I think I am. Okay, so now that you've completed the meditation, I want you to take a minute to capture what you saw and felt, because this is really powerful and it's fresh in your mind right now. So in your journal or on your worksheet, flip it over, use the back. I want you to start reflecting on this question. What did your feel-good life look like in your meditation? What stood out to you? What words, images, or emotions came up again and again? Did anything surprise you? Did anything feel so deeply true or come up that was possibly forgotten? What did you know or remember about yourself in that space? I want you to write it all down. I don't want you to overanalyze it. I just want you to get some words on paper and let your intuition start to guide you. Your feel good life isn't a goal. It's actually a compass. And the clearer the image becomes, the easier it's going to be to find your way back to it again and again. So I'm going to give you another 2 minutes here to just write down some thoughts in silence. I'm going to set a timer and I'm going to come back in 2 minutes. About 30 seconds left. Get those thoughts out on paper. Look at me. I have a chat up there that I didn't know. Get those thoughts out on paper. Oh. Okay. We're going to move on to the next step. So we're going to leave with an action step. As we start to kind of close this out, I want you to understand that a goal is just a dream until you actually get into action. So I want you to go back to the 3 areas that you starred earlier, your lowest scores on the wheel of life. These are your current energy leaks, is what I like to call it. These are draining you and pulling from all the other wedges of your life. So it's really contributing deeply to the imbalance that you're feeling, right? So when we can bring awareness and intention to those energy leaks, they're going to become the doorway to healing and realignment and momentum. So why are we focusing on just 3? Because transformation doesn't happen all at once, which is kind of why my Untangled Blueprint is 6 months long, right? Small wins are going to create big ripples, and over time, they're going to create life-changing momentum. Showing up for what matters most right now is what's going to get your wheel rolling again. It's going to get you feeling better right off the bat. And once you start to feel better, you're going to start to do better, right? So for each of your 3 lowest scoring wedges, I want you to journal the following thing. What is one thing you can start doing today to move in the direction of the feel-good version of that wedge that you just saw in the meditation? And what's one thing you can stop doing that's been keeping you out of alignment with that feel-good life? These are going to be your starting points, your first small repairs. They don't have to be perfect. They just need to be yours. Let them be rooted in how you want to feel, not what you should be doing. This was about connecting to your soul, about what you really want. I want these action steps to be simple and doable and aligned with the life that you just saw in your meditation. You've already tapped into the vision. Now you're just going to give it a pathway to become real. And this is where the magic happens, right? A dream without action is just a dream, right? It becomes a goal when we put it into action and we start showing up. Okay. So you've taken the first and most powerful steps to transformation. It's called awareness. And now you have it. By visualizing this feel-good version of your life and now comparing it with your current reality, you can clearly see the gap. It's that space between the two. It's where I am, my current location, to where I'm headed, where I want to go. Your feel-good vision is where you want to go, and it is possible. And that's where the next chapter starts. So the action is to close the gap. And it's really ready to be filled with intention and growth and aligned action. Okay, so what's next for you? If this workshop stirred up something in you, if you felt a spark, a shift, or a deep yes, I want to invite you to continue this journey in one of two ways. First, I'm going to invite you to schedule a free deep dive discovery session with me. It's a private Zoom, just the two of us, but we're going to talk about your wheel, your life, and what's next. Everything you learned, what you felt, and where you want to go, and where the frustration might lie in how you don't know how to fill that gap between the two, right? The second thing is maybe you already know you're interested in joining the next round of my Untangled Blueprint. It's designed to get you from where you are to where you want to go, right? It starts the first week of May. If you mention this workshop when we chat, you're going to receive $100 off just for showing up and doing the work today, because that shows me that you're already invested. That's my thank you to you for saying yes to this process. Okay. So what if you don't know what the Untangled Blueprint is? Well, it's a short 6-month transformational coaching experience. It's designed to help get you unstuck and fully aligned in every area of this wheel of life. So where we start is just like today with your wheel of life, but then we go deeper. We work on uncovering what's really draining your energy and blocking your peace. We learn tools to heal emotional and mental clutter. We start to rewrite limiting beliefs that held you back and identify fear that you don't even know is running like software in the back of your brain. We set goals that actually match your values, and we help you define your values in case you don't know what they are. And we help you create time and space for the things that matter most to you, because that's how your wheel's going to get balanced. And finally, we release everything that doesn't serve you without guilt. Imagine taking everything in your life that is frustrating and overwhelming and being able to release it peacefully. I promise you, that's what happens by the end of the Untangled Blueprint. It weaves together mindset work and spiritual alignment and resilience building tools and emotional regulation and time mastery and habit design. So you can really stop surviving and start living that feel good life from the inside out. So with the Untangled Blueprint, I only open 10 spots twice a year. That's it. I do it now in May and again in October. And I'd love to tell you more if it's calling to you. So all you have to do is comment below and book your free discovery call with me. Just message me, drop the word me in the comments, and I'll send you a few available times. I don't have a ton of time for these discovery calls. I usually do about 20 calls, and then I choose 10 women based on what they are looking for and if I believe they're ready for this work or not. So if something came through for you during this workshop, a dream, a realization, or something you finally are ready to release, I would love for you to share one thing in the comments below. You never know who else your words are going to inspire. I want to thank you all for showing up today, for being patient and kind with my technical difficulties. And I want to thank you for saying yes to yourself. And thank you for choosing the path of alignment. Hopefully, you're going to be one step closer to aligning that wheel of life that you did today and on the road ahead to your feel good life. It's yours to design. I cannot wait to see where it takes you. And I'm so excited to hear one big takeaway that you can drop in the comments below. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Thank you so much again. I hope to do this again soon.